Okay, finally this week is over and it was again a hard week for NIO investors. And I do see it in the comments, the sentiment and the mood is not particularly nice. But in this video, I will kind of try and cheer you up and have something, well actually quite a bit good and positive stuff to say. So stay for it till the very end. And before I tell you what Li Bin has been saying, well, let me first tell you that it is normal what is going on currently in the stock market with NIO, that after such a big bull run in 2020, this stock needs some time and air to breathe. And frankly, they have the stock right where they want it to be. So for folks like me who invested in the early days at $3 a share, yes, we are up a lot, but we're also down from the all-time highs. So for us, it's rather okay, let's take some profits and forget about it, or kind of, when will this ever come back up? And then this poll, accordingly, there are lots of you guys out there who have been investing between the $40 and $60 range. And you guys, of course, you are down on the investment so far, and it seems like it's never going to recover. But what is happening in the background is that the institutions are accumulating, getting higher and higher. Just the recent days, Bank of America, not a small chunk, quite a juicy piece here invested on top on NIO. And so don't you think that these institutions don't want to make a buck on this stock? And so I know it is painful. I just made a video the other day for my Patreon network about SEB Health and Xunlei, and also around investing in those stocks, which are remarkably down, of course, but telling you my thoughts and the psychology of investing and so on. So I know it is painful, but that's just the way it is. And so, yeah, up to you. As always, I just provide the information here on the channel. I also need to point out the negatives, right? Like with Evergrande Group or Chinese regulations. I need to bring this stuff on top on the table so you guys can make an informed decision. I'm certainly not here to either get you pumped on the stock or make you sell. So that's it. Now let's get into what Li Bin said.
那中国的这个2035规划说到2025年要到20%，如果不那么乐观的预计啊，我觉得这个可以提前到明年应该就可以实现。这个确实是，这个确实是我们这个我不能说是保守了，我只能说是这个比较谨慎的提了这个目标。但是确确实实，用户一旦接受了以后，这个普及起来非常的快。
So what Li Bin said on stage here on this conference, which by the way, Elon Musk also gave a video notice talking about the strength of Chinese competitors.
China is the largest and the most dynamic new energy vehicle market in the world. Chinese consumers want a car with better connected and more intelligent features, so we see great potential for connected, full self-driving vehicle growth in China. Public sentiment and support for electric vehicles is at a never-seen-before inflection point, because they know it is the future. We continue to work hard to drive down costs and increase our rate of production to make electric vehicles as affordable as possible. I have a great deal of respect for the many Chinese automakers who are driving these technologies. My frank observation is that Chinese automobile companies are the most competitive in the world, especially because some are very good at software. And it is software that will most shape the future of the automobile industry, from design to manufacturing and especially autonomous driving.
And back to Li Bin, he mentioned like that the Chinese government thought that by 2025, that's the plan, we would reach the 20% penetration of electric vehicles in the automotive market. But he thinks that will actually be reached next year, and he's actually joking around it. He's in a really good mood, as you can see. That's also important to see. And he even says that like this is almost conservative what he is saying. And this would mean that next year in China, of every car sold, 20% of them would be full electric vehicles. And according to my business case for NIO, I am speculating or kind of anticipating and modeling that NIO will have 20% of market share, more or less, of just the premium section. So 400,000, 500,000 RMB price tags upwards. I think 20% of that market, of this whole EV market in China, belongs to NIO. And that's possibly also why Li Bin is in a good mood, and possibly also why he thinks that now is the time to accelerate with lots of stuff. And by the way, another piece he mentioned in the snippet that I've just shown from this speech is that that battery swap stations are actually also usable for energy storage overnight, so charging overnight in a slow modus, and that, as we know, helps to support the grid. And something more positive and actually really exciting that I already disclosed to my Patreons this week. And the news is that Miriam, which is my co-founder and partner in crime, also sometimes here on the channel, she has actually just moderated a panel on which also, I think he's the Vice President of Europe for NIO, Hui Zhang. He has been actually part of this panel and he disclosed some stuff. First, 1,000 battery stations going to be deployed in Europe, and that is, the entire of those 4,000 battery stations planned till 2025 seemingly going to Europe. So that is quite interesting to see how much you could do that with that in Europe. Actually, possibly if you place them in some of the major hotspots and some of the major cities in Europe, that would already give a good network, because obviously, additionally, NIO cars can partner up with those charging networks that are already built, so the superchargers, the fast chargers, and can access them. And then a battery swap station would help to enable those long range travels in Europe. That was the first. And the second, and that is coming back to the news with Li Bin, is that NIO is seemingly actively looking to partner up with an energy company in Europe. So that sounds similar to that Sinopec NIO deal. Similarly, possibly using spaces for deploying battery swap stations. Maybe, as Li Bin pointed out, using battery swap stations as a means to balance the grid. I don't know. That's my speculation for now. And so I hope this gives you some positive vibes into the weekend. I know the week was kind of stressful, and I put out some more negative videos. But anyways, closing that one with a positive one. So I hope you will spread the like, and then see you in the next one.